shit! Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. Listen. Oh no. Yeah. This is... Check this out. Crazy. Goku? But it's a movie. It's a movie. Hey yo, it's a movie. This is crazy. Absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, you are witness to the greatest sneak peek we have ever gotten in Marvel Future Fight history. I am witness to it. We have all been blessed by the outstanding, amazing, marvelous, stupendous team working on Marvel Future Fight. And I obviously look dumb after yesterday's comments that that sneak peek yesterday wasn't so good. Like it was kind of, and they're like, and I took that personally. Classic MJ move. Yeah, all I can say is I'm glad I was wrong. I'm so happy that I was wrong, because this is beautiful. I was watching this in front of a group of people, and not in front, around them, and multiple people turned and looked, and they were like, "What are you watching? Is that a new Marvel movie?" I'm dead serious. They weren't laughing. They weren't being sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic. And I had to explain to them that no, this is a game that I play, and that this honestly blew my mind. There has been zero hyperbole in this video so far. This is cinema. You can literally say this is cinema. Holy crap. Bill Roseman and the people over at Marvel Games, you better be giving the MFF team their flowers for this one, because this is wild. This is absolutely wild, and you should be signal boosting on social media this video, because you know how many players this would draw in with this kind of quality? Like the fidelity here, the voice acting. I want to know who did the voice acting, dude. I would gladly lend my voice to any MFF sneak peek from now until eternity for free. But the voice acting was excellent. Jean, and then she's like, whoosh, and then she's like, goodbye, and then she launches him, and then Beast is like, Scott, and then he jumps, bro, and then they're flying away, bro. Like, I know we just watched it, but I'm still reeling. I'm still reeling from how good this was. Holy cow. By the way, we're getting Jean Grey Tier 4 Dark Phoenix. Everything else, sneak peek aside, this actually has very important in-game, meta-game impact. Like, it's not like the sneak peek's amazing. Obviously, the sneak peek is cream worthy, but it also has very real implications for the future of the game. Yeah. And most of them are good, but some of them are not so good, and we'll get to that. But I still just want to enjoy this because holy cow, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. My goodness. Here's something. I'm curious. What if that's not Jean here, right? These sound effects here, they don't really, they could be her psionic powers, you know, kind of like revving up or whatever, or her telekinetic powers, whatever you call them. But I feel like maybe it's not. It sounds kind of electric. It sounds kind of metallic. I hesitate to say it's Magneto, but I could definitely see them extending this sneak peek from a different angle or something, and having somebody else appear, or maybe like you know, going backwards and having Jean Grey fight somebody else, or you know what I mean, like, because this. Yeah, this part here makes me feel like, I mean, I might be completely wrong. I'm not saying we need anybody else. I'm just saying that my first thought when I saw that last night was, oh, maybe that's Magneto or somebody else. You know, I was thinking Storm. Storm's not gonna get on the uniform, but you know, as far as like energy goes and stuff like that, there's a lot of other energy-based mutants that it could be. You know, like Jubilee, for example. Like Jubilee, she's not necessarily energy-based, but anyways, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So yeah, we're getting this uniform. We're getting Jean Grey, Dark Phoenix, and she's gonna be tier 4able. Now this is the biggest part. She's gonna be tier 4able. It's on the New York City taxi right there. Right there on the right side of the screen, right here, T4. Very nice job by the sneak peek team. Like everything, bro. They even put dirt and grime and debris on the cars so that they look more real, you know, so that they're not all just like shiny models. Oh man, they killed it with this sneak peek. They absolutely killed it. Oh man, it's just like every frame you go to is like, oh damn, it's going down. Like, it's so sick. Polaris is like, oh, what's going on? Yo, this is crazy, dude. They did such a good job. Absolutely cinema. Absolutely cinema. And then Beast picks him up. You know, and that's not easy. That's not easy. They had to like re-rig the model, you know, to do that there, because none of the models in MFF by default, like a lot of these poses are just default MFF poses, right? Like she's just standing there. But Cyclops in specific, like none of the poses are like limp like that and leaning over, you know? And also, did you see Angel has a sword? Yeah. Every time I watch this, I see something new. It's so sick. They did such a good job. My God. I really want to clap again. I know it's kind of annoying to clap in a video because the way it sounds on the mic, but they did such a good job. They did such a good job. And then the explosions start and they just start dipping. And what's really cool too is the glow as Polaris is flying is so nice. That's so nice, dude. They did such a good job, man. Absolutely wild. Just crazy. Just crazy. So yeah. Whew. I'm glad that we appreciate them, you know, and we appreciate this game for as long as it's here, because nothing lasts forever. I just want to appreciate it while it's here. Okay, so okay, let's get to the actual video now. Okay, so, oh, sorry, hang on. If we go to Twitter, they said Jean Grey is no more. The Dark Phoenix rises to burn away the old world. And then they said on the forums, this telepath and psionic superhero possesses a dark power that threatens the universe, the Dark Phoenix. Check out the new abilities of this supervillain. So they're confirming that she's going to be a Blast female. Well, not necessarily Blast, but she's going to be a female supervillain and also a mutant who is the physical manifestation of life and fire. We will announce more information through the update details later. So this is the last sneak peek. There's no more sneak peeks. We will get the update details, the patch notes Monday night. Or Tuesday morning, very, very early in the morning for the East Coast people. It's later on in the day, later on Tuesday for people in Europe and Asia, of course. And so, yeah. Whew, pretty exciting. Now, the implications for the game's meta. I know a lot of people are going to joke because I used to be the biggest hater of Jean Grey. I used to be the biggest hater. But I think she's waited long enough. She got this uniform back in 2020, in March of 2020, and it was an upgrade for her, but it didn't improve her meta status, right? So she came out in 2016. She was the best character in the game. Then 2 years later in 2018, I believe, or 2019, she gets this uniform, and it just makes her even stronger, and she's still like one of the best characters in the game. But then by the time 2020 rolled around, she was starting to slip. You know, Sharon Rogers and other characters were out DPSing her in PvE content, and there were other options for PvP. And then shortly after she was released, we started getting real PvP powerhouses that could take Jean down, like Silver Surfer, Odin, Immortal Hulk, and from there it just kept going. You know, we got more and more of those types of metas, and then we got Sentry in the late 2020, and he just wiped Jean off the face of the earth. And then Jean basically hasn't been used by anyone except, Reddit slugs until now, right? Now everyone's going to start using her, of course. But it's been 2 years, right? It's been basically 2 years since she was wiped off the map. I think that's long enough for her to wait. Now, she may end up being the strongest character in the game. We'll see. We'll see how the balancing goes. The devs have not had a good track record balancing Jean Grey, okay? But they have had a much better balance. They have had a much better track record balancing characters in the last 2 years. They've done a much better job balancing characters. So I don't think we're gonna get the same Jean Grey that we got, 3 years ago, where she was just absolutely broken beyond measure. If anything, you could say nowadays we have multiple Jean Greys, because one of the issues with Jean Grey in specific was that her 5th skill had that head rocking, that super guard break, which we now know is called super guard break. But nowadays, lots of basically every PvP character has that. Adam Warlock has it on his 2nd skill. Gore has it on his 2nd skill. Thanos has it on his 4th skill. This is not an uncommon effect. So I think this time around, Jean Grey is going to come into the game. She's probably going to be one of the best characters for either PvE or PvP. I don't think she's going to be the best for both, but I don't know. But she's also going to be the first native tier 4. Native tier 2, tier 4. And that's a big deal because of the resource cost that it's going to extract, right? How much it's going to cost players. It's going to cost double, right? And there are already players, most players already can't afford 1 tier 4. So how are they going to afford essentially 2 tier 4s, which is what a native tier 2 costs? It's almost double, right? So I don't have high hopes for this, but I do hope that they improve the resources, that they bump up the amount of resources that we can get from farming. And if they don't do it now with this update, they should do it very, very soon, in the next month or 2. I think if they wait too long, it's a dangerous game to play, because buffing Jean Grey, okay, and giving her most iconic uniform is definitely going to bring players back. But if you don't give us more ways to farm Carbonadium and Soul of the Faltine, especially easier ways to farm them, then it's going to make those players quit after just a short amount of time, right? They're not gonna come back for Jean Grey and then start grinding for 3 months or 6 months to get her. That's like 2016 MFF. That's not going to happen anymore. The game just doesn't have that amount of pull like it used to, where you could actually convince players to stick around for 6 months for one character. We used to actually do that. That's actually not an exaggeration. I spent like 4 or 5 months grinding for Thanos just to unlock Thanos at level 60 tier 2, because that's how long it took way back in 2016. And a lot of players did something similar for Jean Grey with the X-Men Epic Quest. Right, they took them months. So that version of MFF no longer works. Right, the game is faster, things happen faster. There's more updates. Players have less patience, and they have a shorter attention span with TikTok and all these other games competing for their time. So MFF, the devs really need to find a way to lower the amount of time that it's going to take for Jean Grey specifically, if they want to retain all of those players that they are going to attract back to the game. So my advice, as always, is just to slap on a dispatch. Just slap on a dispatch sector, or slap on a new story mode and have tier 4 materials drop from there. That's honestly the easiest way to do it. Alternatively, they could have like a special thing where they're saying thank you for Christmas, and they make Jean Grey half the cost, even though she's a native tier 2, so that she basically costs the same as every other tier 4. They're not going to do that, probably. But hey, I have to at least suggest it because I know it's the right thing to do. So yeah, I'm ready for Jean Grey. I'm going to tier 4 her, no questions asked. But hopefully a lot more players can tier for her. That's what I want. I want everybody to be able to enjoy that. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.